Welcome everyone to an introduction to robotics in New Zealand. My name is Ken Stewart and I've been tasked with forming New Zealand's first robotics roadmap, working alongside the New Zealand Robotics Automation and Sensing Network, or the NZRAS for short. To start off, I'd like to give you an overview of New Zealand's economy and the estimated current use of robotics and automation. Based on current global applications of robotics and automation, such systems have the potential to influence over 70% of New Zealand's current annual GDP. However, it is estimated that uptake of robotics and automation is currently isolated to the manufacturing and retail trade sector in New Zealand, whereas other areas such as logistics and wholesale trade robotics appear to be behind the mature global developments. Therefore, there is considerable potential for New Zealand's economy to benefit from the increased adoption of such systems across a range of sectors. Currently, based on my analysis, I've identified over 500 robotics and automation industry stakeholders, of which 65 were developers, 42 were integrators, and with an estimated 350 users of robotics and automation systems. Note, the number of users is relatively low compared to the number of integrators and developers of robotics, and this reflects the fact that the majority of New Zealand-based robotics businesses operate largely in the international market. Further, of the developers alone, it is estimated that they generate over 1 billion New Zealand dollars in annual revenue and employ over 3,200 staff. This is largely contributed to by the 4 largest developing companies: Scott Automation, Compaq, BCS Group, and GlidePath, all of which are now owned by larger international companies. However, overall, this shows us that developers of robotics and automation in New Zealand have a significant presence in New Zealand's industry and are very capable. Further analysis of these industry stakeholders shows us that they are largely based in the manufacturing sector, driven by the automation for the food and beverage processing sector, New Zealand's largest export. These manufacturing robotics companies largely consist of companies integrating international robotics technology into New Zealand workplaces. More interesting is the fact that most developers of robotics are based in services, agriculture, and horticulture sectors. This is mainly driven by the need for automated package sorting, unmanned vehicle services, both UAV and UGV, automated pasture management, improved orchard and packhouse automation. Interestingly, these developments do not necessarily align with the robotics research being performed in New Zealand. A total of 117 robotics researchers were identified and surveyed in this analysis. Based on the survey, it appears that the majority work around robotics in agriculture and forestry or healthcare, representing over 44% of New Zealand's robotics researchers. Additionally, these researchers appear to have a broad range of fundamental research areas, although with clear strengths around vision and sensor-based methods, actuated design and application, and human-centered robotics. In addition, the consistent spread of fundamental research areas also shows New Zealand has a diverse range of research capabilities which could be better exploited in the future. Overall, the analysis showed that New Zealand had many advantages in terms of the regulatory environment, ease of doing business, and research capability. However, weaknesses in terms of visibility of these developments and scale and investment to support the developments were also identified. Future work will focus on creating a more cohesive robotics ecosystem which will drive New Zealand-based robotics companies' growth and adoption globally. In addition, based on the number of supporting initiatives, challenges, research backing, and current industry presence identified in each sector, it appears that New Zealand's future opportunities for robotics development most likely lie in horticulture and forestry, agriculture and aquaculture, and professional services, particularly around UAV usage. It is hoped that this initial analysis and publication will provide a common vision and direction for New Zealand's robotics industry such that we can become a world leader in specific sectors. Many thanks for listening, and if you would like to provide any feedback or thoughts on the presentation, please don't hesitate to contact me directly.